It took a mere 43 mini-breaks to consolidate my belief that travel is a monstrosity.
Bingo.
But let me resubmit for your consideration the hard evidence.
Sounds like a threat.
For what does TV do better than repeat itself? So let me, Richard the Voice Ayoade, reheat this sorry hash.
This is a terrible idea!
In a series of eerily familiar montages, I'm going to savagely shoulder you through a phalanx of pat peregrinations.
To better times.
To much better times.
Tonight, a cluster of clippage, among the most meaningful in the history of light ents, packed around the misplaced notion of self-improvement.
That's sinister.
It has been titled, without my consent, as Mind, Body and Soul.
Lunch is ready.
And joining me on this desperate route of the archives are some of the most available celebrities at time of recording. E.g., that one, that one, that one, and also that one.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sea.
In this particular hollow dash, we will speak truth to power.
That was ticklish. You know what you did there.
Power on.
Do you know, I'm getting so into this walking that any minute now I think I'm going to take my hands out of my pockets.
And ontologize.
Holy Grail for me was getting invited to do Travel Man.
It's the same for Paul Rudd.
We went, but should we have gone?
Most certainly, yes.
Really?
Yes.
A slave to unmeant promises, I have schlepped both hither and thither to tend my temple. And where better to re-begin than in Hong Kong with John Hamm?
I am firing on all cylinders now.
A man so masculine, he makes me look like a nerd. In this key sequence, we leave our hotel for a pre-Brit bracer.
Here we go. I can't believe you're letting us out. This hopefully will save us an exhausting walk.
I hope so.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, this is
good leg room.
very nice. Yes.
First time in a Rolls Royce?
No.
Okay.
A 200-metre journey of post-faux pas orcs propelled us towards the Chim Sa Choi promenade for some mid-morn movement.
So you know we literally just went across the street.
That's right. That's why I'm happy to pick up the tab for this one.
I would have walked.
Well, that's not what your agent says.
Primal forces beyond our comprehension pulled us towards a free Tai Chi drop-in session run by the preternaturally spry William and Pandora.
Some of these people may be shorter than us.
Hello, good morning,
Hello.
gentlemen.
Hey.
Positive reaction.
Oh,
thank you.
Hello.
John,
Hi,
nice to
John.
meet you.
Hello.
Nice to
Come
meet
to
you.
join our
Hello.
class.
Hi, William,
You're,
please.
you're doing Tai Chi.
Hi.
Okay.
Of course, yes, thank you.
He's
wanna-
heavily introverted.
Okay.
Wow, we're straight in.
Ready? Raise your hands slowly and slightly at your shoulders level.
This guy's 80, do you realise?
Eyes in your left hand.
He's 80.
And
Yeah.
keep your eyes in the right hand.
I think I did this in an 8th grade musical once.
Isn't this the season finale of Mad
And
Men?
get out while your hands coming down.
That's a deep squat there, John. That's deep.
I'm just trying
Final
to do
one.
what the guy does.
Aims.
This one I can do.
Nice.
This one.
Now let's do Tai Chi. Okay.
That was the warm-up? I thought we
Oh,
were doing it.
You learned Tai Chi before. Ah.
I've never done this.
Okay, you watch me and watch our teacher.
Don't be
too.
fooled by my
Ah.
natural athleticism. They're going to have to put music under this.
Our effortlessly elegant elongations and this inner martial art were created by imitating the life and gestures of animals.
This is how I'd sneak up to someone in real life.
Slowly, I discover you.
Are we twerking? Is this what we're doing?
Now more than fully in the zone, we add to our repertoire.
Mine's jammed.
In ancient Chinese culture, the fan was used as coolant, decoration, status symbol, and deadly weapon. I command it like a chieftain.
And if someone else has the sword, you still use this?
Open.
Come on. It keeps jamming this thing. Oh, there she goes.
A 60-min sesh sees us pumped, perspired, and primed to uncover fresh resonances in the Kung Fu Panda trilogy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for
very much.
coming,
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Very good.
It's
Thank
my
you,
pleasure
thank you,
to
thank
meet
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Before I punched through my own palm, a spinning graphic spun me into a montage of Athens and the Company of Dawn, 5 Yeses French.
Yes, 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 yes.
After a serviceable smattering of establishers, we dunked our dukes in Lake Huliakmeni. The thermal waters are rich in minerals reported to help with these issues, as well as flesh-eating fish. They're called doctor fish.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they doctors?
They're actually licensed professionals.
I see.
And they,
Okay.
they will remove any extant dead skin.
Oh, they're starting now. Okay,
It
just
doesn't
stay
feel
calm.
right.
Stay calm. It doesn't feel right. In fact, there's 28,000 kinds of no.
Oh, stop, that one is...
Let's get really having a go now.
They're actually toothless.
They're not. Okay, stay calm. It's all fine. Fish are eating my feet.
The toothless carp feed on dead skin when plankton's too tight to mention.
That way, lads. Lads. It's all you can eat over there.
In the early days of Channel 4, this would have been televised live as a sport.
Yes, it would.
Oh, they're well
Here
on
we
me
go.
now.
Right, good.
They're massively
I've
on
got
me.
a few little ones now.
Oh, you...
Giving it a go.
Absolute filth. Oh, come on.
Oh, they love you now.
With
right?
ha ha ha. Look, at least if we did this in the jungle, there'd be prize money.
Yeah, yeah.
And a debrief with Ant and Dec.
They would. Thank you ever so much, Doctor.
Oh, good gravy. But before my feet were fatally pruned, I did some hard tea in Vienna with international introvert Chris O'Dowd. In less than a moment, we were mid-mooch in Sigmund Freud's pied-à-terre. The Freud Museum is set in the very building that was his office/home between 1891 and 1938. It now attracts over 80,000 visitors a year.
Here we are. Freud's hall. If that's not itself Freudian, I don't know. On the walls, there is still the original decoration. He really
went for it, didn't he?
Gosh, it's a bit gaudy. This
Yeah,
is where
good.
he was for 40 years.
This house,
No, just this hall. He just couldn't get going.
much like us.
Right. This is his waiting room, so this is where you would have waited. Had magazines and things like that.
He would have had like
Before-
Fishing Weekly
before
over
you
in the
popped
corner.
in. All of this is alarmed.
You mean psychologically?
No, literally. As it was in Freud's time, he took his security very seriously. The treatment room.
Oh.
I think this is called the hangman. It's a piece of art that they've just put in to brighten it up, because it can get a bit heavy. That's his couch.
Lie down, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I'll be behind you.
It's not strange if I play with your hair. The gift shop. Banksy's favourite room.
Look, it's got an action figure. The hands move, so that's useful.
Yeah, you can just transfer your lightsaber from your other toys.
Freud would have loved a lightsaber.
Ah,
I mean, that
what would
was
he
the
make?
ultimate phallic.
Look at Darth Vader's helmet.
To honour our sitcom heritage, let's cut away before any laugher lights and vault like startled voles to Venice, where comedian Joe Brand and your narrator got our gondola on.
That's lovely.
Our teacher Eleanor promised to help us develop and conquer the craft during a 90-minute masterclass.
So in this boat we will row in the Venetian typical style,
Okay.
which is standing, facing forward. So it's not like in the English style rowing, which are sitting and pulling backwards. We can't simply row without thinking about the other boys.
That's very
especially-
racist, but come on, let's...
So,
as if we all row with our eyes shut in England.
well,
it's unbelievable.
Eleanor has been perfecting her voga alla Veneta stroke for 20 years. We have less time than that for psychological reasons, so we paddle out after a couple of mins.
twist, drop, push.
Are you feeling that extra power coursing through the boats?
Ish.
You don't have to withhold praise. You know, sometimes you can be a big person by praising someone else. Be honest, is this the best rowing you've ever seen?
Now, he's one of the best beginners.
One of them. Here we go, Joe.
Eleanor, you know I'm not going to be very good at this, don't
Take
you?
the oar.
Don't worry.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's your oar. Your oar.
My oar, my
It's your
oar.
oar.
Oh, wrong way. Oh
Yeah, you
dear,
have to
wrong
go
already.
forward.
No, not that way, that way. That way. No, I can't remember.
Joe, you're panicking.
I can't, I've thought, oh, is it
You
that
are
way?
pulling.
No,
No,
that's
no,
the wrong
go
way. No,
forward.
I meant to be pushing.
There we go. Don't you dare stop believing in yourself, Joe. Don't you dare. You are a natural gondolier. You were born to gondolier. You were born to do this, Joe.
Twist, in, push.
Yes.
Flat, twist, in, push. That's the only way I can do it.
Well,
Can you see that poor woman's walking, going faster than us, and she's disabled? So it just shows that I'm not very good at it. Push.
Despite Eleanor's fervent pleas that we never leave her side from this day forth, our time on the water must end.
How are you feeling?
Well, I kind of feel that I've achieved something. Was sort of able to do it a bit, but quite bad most of the time.
I felt your technique grew and became very mature by the end.
Watch us walk like the clappers to a very important clinic.
This is the Hospital de Buneca.
The doll hospital.
Oldest in the world, founded 1830. Get in the door.
We start in the museum section where repair dolls are on display.
Okay, so this is the outpatients unit.
Yes. No child is asking for that doll.
That
Have
doll,
a tiny shrunken grandma to watch me.
that doll comes with this sound. Are you gonna really stop?
No. I'm waiting for the finale. Oh, that's a good big old crater babies. Oh, look. Adele. Look at all those Barbies caught in a net.
Whoa.
Like they're tuna. That is massively weird.
That's not cool because a lot of those are endangered.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick a bone with them. I thought I had the only Heidi Klum blonde ambition Barbie doll left, but these mother funsters have got one. I can't believe it. That's a heck of a doll.
Backstage, in the hospital wing, broken dolls are admitted to the emergency ward for triage before moving on to theatre. A team of selfless surgeons use body parts from donor dolls.
Okay.
Scenting an opportunity to snag some complimentary medical care, I prompt Adam to unsheathe his Jabba.
Patient is a bounty hunter, Jabba the Hutt, and he's lost an arm.
Yes.
Okay, here,
Okay.
a porcelain arm.
Yeah?
Is this that you want?
Porcelain's quite high risk. I don't know how hard you are in your role play with Jabba, but
Olhem nos brancos de cima.
Yeah, maybe
São todos
plastic, I
muito
don't know.
okay.
I can't look.
Is it set?
He's strong.
Yeah,
He's strong.
I just want to see
Stronger
him.
than you. Okay, you not cry.
I just want to see him be able to pull one of the slaves back towards him.
Oh, with this new arm, we'll slave the whole world.
Okay. Just let it dry first.
Thank you.
And don't take him into the bath for a fortnight. Well, thank you.
Thanks
This
so
has been
much.
incredible.
This has been,
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
amazing. You guys do wonderful work.
This woman, she hadn't slept since Tuesday.
They're very special people.
She's been doing this 32 hours now, and they're trying to cut these people's pay, let's believe.
You rejoin I, the rancid Richard Ayoade, personally narrating some segments of stuff with my unique sibilant lisp. Let's re-tuck into Portugal, this time it's second city Porto, where comedian Nish Kumar and I tended to our persons.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Nish.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
Richard, I'm not Nish.
Promessas de cera, or wax promises, is a Portuguese Catholic tradition whereby wax body parts are bought and subsequently placed on an altar in an act of prayer and healing.
Do you have troubles with your ciabatta currently?
What's this?
Male breast.
male breasts?
That's quite a flattering portrait of
mean-
either of our breasts.
Whoever's breast this is keeping it tight.
Yeah.
What's this one?
Lap band.
Oh,
The throat.
Oh, throat. I do have a slightly dodgy throat.
that's the first purchase. What have we got going on in here? Wax butt?
Yes.
That's always going to be funny, isn't it?
I'll take a bladder. You're taking just anus.
I don't want to discuss why I'm taking this.
But your silence speaks volumes. And also, my ram's been a nightmare.
You very confidently slapped down a tenor.
I have. I've made it rain to the tune of 10.
It's a short rap video that you're
It is. And I will declare that against tennis.
Thanks a lot.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Can't wait to solve my butt problems.
At last.
Body parts in the bag, we canter to the 18th century church of Our Lady of Carmo. Here, people once made offerings for those recovering in the adjacent hospital.
Wow. This is incredible.
I mean, there is such a thing as too much. I feel like Harvey Keitel in Mean Streets.
You don't pay for your sins in the church.
You do it in the streets. Round throat and bladder, my legal advisors.
Paired with a man of my unparalleled empathy, it's no wonder Nish starts to dish.
I do have a self-diagnosed case of IBS.
What are your symptoms?
Some mornings it's torrential. Volume and
Ferocity?
consistency. Absolutely furious.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did you know that I once went to Helsinki and wore a full dressing gown in a sauna with Paul Rudd?
It was a different time.
It was so ridiculous that people filmed it so that there would be a record.
It's a stunning structure. It's got a nice aromatic kind of cedar smell.
That's my cologne.
I like it.
Incredibly powerful.
After a seamless sartorial rejig, we head for the traditional smoke sauna, where a frankly over-relaxed dude called Kari waits with splayed legs.
Oh, wow, this is creepy. So, oh, it's too hot in here.
Well, it's a place to relax.
Like my face is being attacked. I don't see how relaxed you can be when your eyes are on fire. Like I mean, I feel like I'm burning. I can't touch my glasses; they're hot. I don't know what. I can't hold them, but also on my face, they're burning.
Now, most people, do they have saunas in their homes? They would. Actually, and there's about 5.5 million people here. We have more than 3 million saunas, different kinds here.
I've got to say, Carrie, I'm shutting down mentally now. I've reached, I'm like a computer that's overheating now.
Yeah.
I need the fan to be going round, or it should be making that weird... It's too hot.
We have a phrase
This
here.
is the same temperature as something that's burning.
I don't think you're doing yourself any favors by keeping the robe on, but I understand why.
I can't. I don't want to give anyone watching this an erection.
Well, too late.
The only proximate solace for our inflamed, soot-encrusted flesh is the sea.
Okay, well, you know, they said go cold straight afterwards. I'll hold your towel. I have no idea how deep the sea is. Just want to throw that in there. Wow.
It's really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sea.
Really cold.
They just go in and out of pain. That's what the Finns do. They go in the hot thing and the cold thing.
Back in sauna.
Yeah. That's a shame.
The globe spun and life went on, this time in Ibiza, in which whispering Jessica Knappert and I had to deal with a cauldron of chill. Ibiza is lousy with hippie burnouts, and in unconnected news, here we are at a gong bath.
Can you please go in position and get into the meditation mode?
Slightly stressy.
Gongs have been used in meditation since the Bronze Age, with devotees claiming the frequencies can act as a catalyst for recovery.
Can you do anything about uptight personalities?
How dare you?
The gongs have multiple effects. Your physical body.
Right.
The mind. The emotions, yeah.
Okay.
And your soul. Because I have quite special gongs here.
Okay.
It's no woo-woo magic.
No.
It's physics.
Panama, safely perched on my groin, King Gong Cosmar Solarius clangs his cymbals, tuned to the planets, based on a cosmic octave.
Just try and have an open mind.
with the express intention of resetting our body's cell membranes.
It's a long set, isn't it?
I think we should stay for the encore.
Lunch is ready.
With the tinnitus taking hold, Cosmar starts to encroach on my person.
It's not a clock. It's 2 o'clock. Hang on, maybe it's 3 o'clock. He doesn't know how to end it.
After 90 magical mins, we are all 1.5 hours older.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
It's been a cracking afternoon, lads.
The Gong Master has since rejoined the army. Now to Madeira, where another army buddy, Rob the Person Webb, joined me and my massive scarf for a wallop of well.
This is purportedly the world's most visited trout farm.
Really?
Yeah. I think the second most visited trout farm only has one person in it currently. They've got teeth on the roofs of their mouth.
On the roofs?
On the roofs. On the roofs. On the roofs?
On their mouth roofs?
Yeah.
After an hour, we call the whole thing off and head off on a hike, followed one of my favourite Madeiran irrigation systems, the levadas.
Started in the 1400s. They finished the last one about 70 years ago.
Right.
UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Is it?
It is. Largest laurel forest in the world.
Another world beater.
Another. I mean, it's just racking up winners here. Ah, stats.
After 12 minutes of brutally angry silence,
Do you know, I'm getting so into this walking that any minute now I think I'm going to take my hands out of my pockets.
we stop to self-refresh with some Madeiran plonk.
You know, George Washington apparently drank a pint of this a day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Just all in one go, or just over the course of the day?
I don't know. Maybe just before bath time.
I mean, there probably are people who don't drink fortified wine in the middle of the day, but they're not expert walkers like us.
No. I don't know anything about aerobic exercise.
No.
The rapidly ripening fruit in front of us has a hubristic moniker, delicious fruit.
I don't know how widespread the delicious fruit is, but
And
I've not
that's-
seen it in Tesco's.
It certainly smells of the farm that I used to play on as a child next
Yep.
door to our house.
It looks like something that David Cronenberg might include in a film. Well,
it's sort of like if a pineapple had had a really bad day.
and that stinging sensation at the back of the throat, that's part of its charm.
What's interesting is I've been chewing it for some time.
It doesn't want to yield.
I'll just wash it down with some wine.
Oh, crumbs. That feels like it would burn easy. You know, this wine can last up to 200 years, which for me is a bad sign. Shall we move on?
I think we're ready for more hiking now.
We vainly attempt to metabolize our indigestible intake by power walking for an additional almost half mile.
Oh, now then.
Visibly shattered, we stand proud at the Ribeiro de Matard. Remaining viewers will be unsurprised to find us overwhelmed with oceanic feelings.
Yeah, I mean, it's high up.
It's impressive.
Yep.
I mean, it's like something off the telly.
And if this makes the edit, it literally will be on the telly.
Even better.
It's, should we exit shot?
Okay, let's exit shot.
And to show that the mini break-in keeps on and on till the break of dawn, let's pass the mic to Tenerife and the pre-stargazing, flashlight-wielding Lena Dunham.
I'm a little disoriented by how dark it is, but I'm choosing to trust you.
Well, that's an error, because I can't protect you. All I can do is offer you this stargazing tour, which I've pre-booked and is prepaid.
Wow!
Hi, good night. Welcome. Nice to meet you. I'm
thank
Carmelo.
you. I'm
Nice
Richard.
to meet you, Carmelo.
Because of its clear skies, clean air and high altitudes, Tenerife takes bronze in the best place to view stars from competition after Chile and Hawaii.
It's your first time looking the night sky?
I've looked up before,
Yeah?
but unless it's the plough, I'm lost.
No, I've never even looked up.
No.
Don't worry about that. The North Star is that star that you
Wow.
see there. Yeah. Distant from us 431 light years. We are
that's
observing
away.
the light with a delay of over 400 years.
Jacobean period. That's
Holy
when that
crap.
light
So I'm
fired
looking
off.
at Jacobean light.
You are?
Yes.
Wow.
This is light with roughs on.
When we observe the night sky, always we observe the past, never is present.
I think Carmelo's the new Oprah. I'm so inspired by everything
Yes.
he's saying.
Yeah.
We wrap our retinas round some of the 83 of the 88 officially recognised constellations that can be seen from Tenerife. And the odd planet.
Shut the door, that's Venus.
We just saw Venus?
This is excellent.
Before Carmelo gets astrological on our asses.
I am Gemini.
Gemini.
Gemini is here tonight.
You didn't seem very enthusiastic about Gemini.
Well, you know they're sneaky and two-faced.
So you're saying like a 12th of the population are just snakes? That's the situation with Gemini?
Unfortunate.
Gemini is very beautiful. We have the body, the legs.
The whole package?
Yes.
But the word he used was beautiful, not sneaky.
I totally hear you. I'm just going to let this one go.
You rejoin I, master of accents, Richard Ayoade,
Absolutely banging.
in the third quartile of this digital dump-off. I and various others continue to pretend to better ourselves, this time in Budapest with Aisling B, where we fail to make the linguistic leap.
Aisling.
Miklos.
Richard.
Richard.
I've been saying it wrong my whole life?
No, but the Hungarian way is Richard.
Okay.
Yes. The stress is always on the first syllable.
On the first one. So you would go supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Exactly.
Okay.
With an hour to conquer its 10 dialects, 18 noun cases,
Udska.
and 14 vowel sounds,
Oh, we're like the Teletubbies.
You could probably lose that vowel, I'd say.
Miklos starts to get our linguistic shears tight.
Ostolt get fure.
Kere, ege, all the best.
Never mind, Richard.
Okay.
Finally, when you drink, you want to say cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Egészségedre.
Egészségedre. That's how everything sounds after you
Okay.
start drinking.
How do I say thank you?
Köszönöm.
Köszönöm. I'm never going to forget that.
Now we've achieved near fluency, we start lining our eyeballs with landmarks. Miklos insists that we document these momentous moments by attaching a smartphone to a stick and turning the lens on our very selves in a selfie tour.
So now we are approaching the parliament.
Mm-hmm.
You might ask why such a small country has such a huge parliament.
Corruption.
No.
Oh.
Because it was built in 1896 when Hungary was 3 times as big as it is now. The part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So if you'd like to take a selfie.
It just feels like an Ozzy Osbourne album cover.
You should look happier.
I am looking happy.
That's Richard like a Christmas.
In what could almost pass as a montage, we click through the Museum of Ethnography
Okay, you ready?
and celebrated socialist poet Attila Yosef. Leaving one last site to scope, the Hardick Memorial.
A popular spot for students. Before their exams, they come here and they touch a sensitive part of the horse and they think it will bring luck. If you look up and you see at the shiniest part,
yes.
You will see what I'm
Because people have been
talking
rubbing
about.
it.
Yeah?
Give me a leg up, Richard.
Oh, great. You made it. The last Hungarian word we are going to learn is tök.
Tök. What's
Yes.
tök? That sounds cute.
And since it belongs to the horse, and horse is low,
Low.
Low.
the low töke.
Oh, wait, no, that's horse balls, is it?
Well,
Low
you
tök.
said that. I don't use such words.
Take the selfie stick. There we
Okay.
go.
Get the low tucks in.
Please, let's not cheapen this. There's a lot of horse to get in here. Okay. I think
So-
my head's in the way of the undercarriage.
Thank you very much. It was great fun.
Very fancy.
Miklos, as they say in Budapest, Tushadurum.
Man went down to Amsterdam for a Joe Lysetian interlude, in which 2 very different bosses gave themselves over to street organ music with the kind of abandon the screen rarely sees. This museum is run by the Purley family, who have been in the organ game since 1875.
Was this seen as gay at the time?
Well, you say this is definitely not hetero.
I mean, I don't wish to be that simplistic about it, but it's not gay, is it?
Right. I mean, we'd love to hear it. If that's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah. Oh, it's a tease, isn't he?
Oh my God, I feel so alive.
Yes, I take that back about it not being that gay, but what more fitting legacy could there be to George Michael than this?
Moscow, the one in Russia, saw Greg Davies and I taking a tub joint with the savoir-faire that comes from a lifetime lassoing steam.
Where are we going? We're going to a bathhouse.
Right. Pushkin, Tolstoy and Chekhov are mainly known for how seriously they took their toilet, and part of their rightly celebrated skincare regime involved the patronage of these baths, which are still an active part of Moscow culture at this very moment. The great and the only so-so can broil together, bonded by the belief that all men are equal when undressed. But I don't need to strip down to feel inferior, so I robe up to the gullet.
Oh, hello, gentlemen.
Hi. Can you tell by my body language how comfortable I am?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the proper appearance?
Yes, of course.
Presumably I will be incredibly cool and relaxed because I'm wearing this hat, whereas Richard will be horribly uncomfortable.
Yeah. We advise all clients to wear it.
Okay.
Let's go to the steam room.
Okay. Then to get your hat.
Yuri is taking us for a speciality of these baths, a birch leaf treatment that is supposed to improve circulation. Greg volunteers with giddying eagerness.
Greg, why did you insist that I sit at this angle? Because for me, this is a bad angle. I am not engaging with this.
Some of it's quite nice, but it feels like it's building to something sinister.
Yeah.
Oh, there! That's sinister.
This is a woodland version of Stomp.
I imagine this looks...
It doesn't look good, Greg.
This is nice. Ah!
Wow.
I deserve this.
Bang.
With Greg bewacked into new strata of sensation, he moves with unearthly alacrity to the traditional post-steam ice-cold douche.
There are people who work here in the background actively laughing.
Ready? Go.
Well, that was creepy. How do you feel about it?
I went in there with a tick list of 3 things, Richard.
Okay. Tell me what was on the tick list.
I wanted to wear a hat, maybe look like a sinister children's character.
Tick.
I wanted topless men to thrash me with sticks.
Tick.
And then I wanted to be driven close to a heart attack with ice-cold water.
Well, that's excellent news for the tick chart.
Nothing interlinks that disgrace with this Berlin-based bunkum, but let's imagine it does.
Just lean in here, guys.
If only so that we might take refuge in the company of comedian Roisin Connerty. Berlin is famed for its nightlife, but that's no reason to plunge into severe depression, because it also contains this vintage kegel barn. Hidden in bar basements all over Berlin, the low-tech game of 9-pin bowling is having a welcome resurgence, thanks to people like Julian here.
How long has this game existed in Germany? I need a precise date.
Okay, let's say the 3rd of December in 1169.
That was a great year
Goes
for
back
bowling.
to the 12th century, yes.
And did they have disco lighting as early as that?
No.
First one to... I mean, we could call it a day after this one.
It looks like a drunk man trying to get home.
You've got 4. This is going to make great television, isn't it? Let's have a look at this. Wait. Don't write it off yet. Write it off now. I plan on restaging the end of There Will Be Blood in here. I'm going to try and do my Daniel Day-Lewis impression. Eli! Eli! Eli!
That might work.
Here we go.
Oh my God! See,
Yeah.
that's all you need. It's just a bit of heart.
Just needed a bit of Daniel Day-Lewis. Just keep going. We're not leaving until I get a strike.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, we may miss the entire rest of the trip.
That's fine.
Come on, focus
Stay-
in.
stay in the
Focus
zone.
in. You're blocking me. Let's focus in. Okay, here we go. Let's focus in. Here we go. That is an 8.
Oh,
I need a 9.
this is the one. Come on.
That's not the one.
2 off the 1.
Sensing an opportunity to elevate the sport and add fresh layers to my growing mythology, I decide to play on solo, my focus becoming zen-like.
My favourite thing is you stop blinking. I don't think you've
I don't know why you're talking during such important match play. Last one, if it's a 9. It's a 5.
This
Here we
might
go.
be the one. This might
Hold
be the
it
one.
That's a 9.
I can't believe you got it.
It's a 9. We can leave. We can leave and we can rest. And now you see how fun being with me can feel.
I haven't thrown a ball in about an hour.
Don't make this about you.
It's the final furlong of this 4-parter, tenuously tied together by the title twine of mental, physical and spiritual well-being.
This is going to make great television, isn't it?
We begin again in Miami, where I was joined for the full 48 by the easily surprised Rhod Gilbert.
Oh.
The sun rises, and we were there to document it as a way of showing how dawn works.
Well, this is not my natural habitat. And it's very early.
Why would anyone stay in bed when you could walk on granulated rock towards a yoga group?
You'll be pleased to know this is free. My favourite price plan.
Don't get me wrong, I've never done yoga. I've never wanted to do yoga. But if you're going to have to do it, this is the place.
None of this is right. Get your towel down.
Beautiful.
The class is in full flow, but we are half-hearted, displaying an almost spiritual inflexibility.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
This is a baptism of fire.
All the way back, child's pose, exhale.
It's like a different breed of person.
All the way up, touch the sky,
Can't touch the sky. Sorry, this is just someone who started talking to themselves and they formed a cult.
To the dismay of our newfound community, time restrictions command our early exit. We promise to keep in touch via various social media platforms and back out.
Just take the towel away. Take the towel away. How do you feel about yoga?
I don't think that was a triumph.
No. I'm pleased with this cape, though.
And there was a completely separate time when I went to Jordan with David Baddiel, and it was Christmas, and we went to the Dead Sea, and this is that time.
Are we following that sign?
Yeah, to the beach.
Okay.
Although, is it a beach if it's not by a sea? It's not a sea, it's a lake.
It's not a sea?
It's a lake with
It's
no
called a sea,
water
isn't it?
outlet. It is called a sea, but it's not.
Is it very salty?
It is 34% salt.
How much is a normal sea?
3%.
I tell you what bothers me.
Please.
Very salty water.
Yes.
It's going to hurt, even cuts you don't know you've got.
Right.
If you've got a tiny nick from a difficult bowel movement, that's going to really sting.
What a lovely Christmas message this is.
Well, Christmas, you have to think about that. But some people eat a lot at Christmas.
Not sharp stuff. What are they eating? Holly?
Are you going to take your top off?
How dare you?
I'm going to take my top off, though.
Of course you are.
Is that OK for you?
Why don't you go into the water and then playfully remove your top and throw it to shore?
That's what you'd like to see, is it? That's what you've been thinking about whilst we've been sailing?
No, I'm just trying to think of a way not to get the mic wet.
The saline saturation makes a bod hecka buoyant, and millions of bathers come to bob like corks on the slush.
Ow, ow, ow.
What have you been doing, lad?
So what you want to do is this.
I feel very uncomfortable with that.
Beautiful.
The whole lake shrunk 30%. Probably won't be here next Christmas.
Go on, Richie, you've got to go on your back.
I don't want to go on my back.
That's the point, you float in it.
It's not why the sea's here.
It is.
It's not. That's not why it... That's weird. That's weird. It's very weird.
Look at that.
It's bloody salty. I've got that in my mouth.
Come on, Richard, it's Christmas.
Sorry, I've gone all Robbie Fowler, but I've got a lot of salt in my mouth.
Are you still definitely not going to float?
I can't float. It's not right. Oh, good night. I'm going to come out of this frickin' saline dumping house.
Can you get me some crisps? Salt and vinegar.
In Valencia, which is a different place to Jordan, I was contracted to appear with comedian Sarah Pascoe.
I'm absolutely hammered.
I can tell. But each time we tried to film ourselves walking, the camera cut away. Like your boy Dan Brown, we decide to pursue and ultimately locate the Holy Grail. Our search is part-aided by the common knowledge that it's purportedly housed in Valencia's 13th century cathedral.
Well, the World Cup. Some claim that this is the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail for me was getting invited to do Travel Man.
You're not alone.
Of course I'm not.
It's the same for Paul Rudd. I've never seen a man smile so much.
Paul Rudd?
He's a competition winner.
Is he?
Yeah.
Thought by some to be the actual vessel used by Jesus during the Last Supper, this is the only cup to have been recognised by the Vatican as the potential Holy Grail.
I can't really see it, if I'm telling you.
Do you want to borrow these?
Can I?
Sure.
I'm short-sighted. It's a little cup.
It is a tiny cup, 17 centimetres high.
That's pretty little, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
And there's blobs of people.
Yeah, they are.
They're monks.
You need to go to the opticians, dear. What is going on?
I know. Those chairs are too small.
They're for kneeling.
Oh.
They're exactly the right height.
Okay. It has this cup. Been on the Antiques Roadshow?
Hasn't been as yet. I don't know what David Dickinson would make of it.
Oh, well, let's get it. Let's take it on there.
We'd have to get through the bulletproof glass. That's the problem.
There's only time for this obvious untruth.
This is the kind of walk that looks like that's going to blow up.
Before we return to Hong Kong with Hamm the Man.
We're going to walk around the city and we're going to make some noise.
Hong Kong's sundry foot spas employ the ancient Chinese art of reflexology to salvage the savage souls of tourists and residents alike. A mere 5 more steps from fatal exhaustion.
Please take a seat here, sir.
We find ourselves in Gao's foot massage company. The rose tea, towel down and lavender hot bag distractingly precede an onslaught of unparalleled brutality.
I can't relax. That's one of my problems. Very ticklish. Too ticklish.
Yeah.
That, I find that better. I'm prepared for assault. It's when it becomes loving that I turn away. It's ticklish. It's very ticklish. Apparently there are 14 channels within your body.
Channels?
Channels.
Are there some of them pink?
That was ticklish. You know what you did there.
So you said there's 14 channels. How many of those are pay cable?
Well, 6 go to the foot, and some are just subscription.
Oh, that's nice. So that each sort of area of the foot relates to something, right?
Yeah.
What do you think he's working on right now? He's working
The
on
arch.
your arch.
The arch is the stomach, but interestingly, I'm very focused on the pain in my foot at the moment.
It's clearing out all that bad energy.
Is it?
I feel like it is.
Oh, that was that's really painful. What are you getting?
This is Marvel. I'm feeling all of my energy go out of my left foot.
This is really unpleasant.
You know, that was my first role in acting.
Who were you, Winnie the Pooh?
I played Winnie the Pooh.
In what?
Winnie the Pooh.
What was this?
I was in first grade.
Okay.
I was 5.
And you were?
My mother sewed the costume. I had a belt with a pillow.
Okay.
I had a hood with ears.
Was the face exposed?
The face was exposed. Come on, it's my moneymaker.
Good notices?
Very good notices.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ow. Oh, wow. It's John Bonhaming this.
Yes.
Okay, are you going to play bass on
Going
this?
solo.
What are you doing?
Does it feel good,
Come
kind of?
on! You're just punching me now.
You're not whining anymore. It must feel good.
Oh!
That's your sinuses.
Yeah! This is hell.
I have pushed through the pain now, and I'm getting some serious release.
Whoa! You get the heck away from me. You back it up. Back it up. Back it up, mister.
John and I make a silent pact to meet back here under cover of night and remove this man's hands before they kill again.
Stop it.
And with those soothing sounds, our tale doth conclude with some dusky views of a similar hue.